You know that feeling when you're about to do something important and suddenly your chest gets tight, your palms start sweating, and your mind starts playing every worst-case scenario like a horror movie trailer? That's your fear talking. And here's the thing that most people get wrong. They think the fear itself is the problem. It's not. The problem is what happens after you feel it. This is what separates people who become fearless from those who stay stuck. And today I'm going to show you exactly how your mind is hijacking you, and more importantly, how to take control back. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff, not literally, but metaphorically. Maybe it's asking someone out. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's speaking up in class when everyone's watching. Your amygdala, which is basically your brain's alarm system, detects this as a threat. It doesn't matter if the threat is real or imagined. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference. In a fraction of a second, before your conscious mind even registers what's happening, your body is flooded with cortisol and adrenaline. Your heart rate goes up, your breathing gets shallow, you're ready to fight, flee, or freeze. And here's the problem. Most of us freeze. But here's what neuroscience and ancient Stoic philosophers both figured out. There's a gap between stimulus and response. Let me repeat that because it's important. There's a gap between stimulus and response. Your fear is the stimulus, but your reaction is optional. See, your amygdala fires automatically. You can't control that. But what you do in the next 3 to 5 seconds, that's where your power actually lives. The Stoics understood this over 2,000 years ago. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, wrote in his personal journal that external events are neither good nor bad. It's our judgment about those events that creates suffering. When you feel fear, that's not the problem. Your judgment that the fear means you should stop, that you're not ready, that something bad will happen, that's where the real damage happens. The fear is just information. That's all it is. Your body's way of saying something matters to you. So let's talk about what fearless people actually do differently. They don't feel less fear. That's a myth. They feel it and they respond to it consciously instead of reactively. There's a massive difference. Reactivity is unconscious. It's automated. It's your lizard brain taking over. Consciousness is you choosing your next move despite the fear. And that's what separates winners from everyone else. Here's the framework I want you to use. The moment you feel fear rising up, you're going to do 4 things. First, you're going to pause, just for a second. Interrupt the automatic response. Some people call this the sacred pause. You're not trying to make the fear go away. You're just creating space. Second, you're going to notice the fear without judgment. Don't tell yourself it's bad or wrong. Don't tell yourself to get over it. Just observe it like a scientist observing data. Your chest is tight, your mind is racing. Okay, that's happening. Third, you're going to ask yourself one question. Is there a real, immediate threat to my life right now? Because in most cases, the answer is no. You're not being chased by a predator. You're not in physical danger. Your amygdala is overreacting. It's calibrated for the savannah, not for modern life. And fourth, you're going to act anyway. Not because you're not scared, but because you're not going to let your nervous system make decisions for your life. Let me give you a real-life example. One of the most successful people I know told me about the first time he had to present his work to his entire company. He was terrified. He said his hands were shaking so bad he could barely hold his notes. But here's what he did differently. He didn't try to make the fear disappear. He acknowledged it. He said, "Okay, I'm nervous right now. That's information that this matters to me." And then he walked into that room anyway. And you know what happened? He killed it. His hands stopped shaking 3 minutes in, not because the fear went away, but because his nervous system realized nothing bad was actually happening. The fear was just noise. This is the secret that nobody talks about. Fearlessness isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to feel fear and move forward anyway. And the more you do it, the more you retrain your nervous system. Your amygdala actually gets less reactive. You literally rewire your brain through repeated exposure and conscious response. The neuroscience backs this up. It's called extinction learning. Every time you do the thing you're afraid of and nothing bad happens, your brain files that away. It updates its threat assessment. Over time, situations that used to paralyze you become normal. But here's the part where most people fail. They try to think their way out of fear. They try to rationalize it away. That doesn't work. Your amygdala isn't logical. You have to move. Movement is the language your nervous system speaks. Cold showers, exercise, breathing techniques, facing uncomfortable situations directly. That's what rewires you. That's what makes you fearless.
The moral here is this: fear is going to show up. That's not failure, that's being alive. What matters is that you stop outsourcing your decisions to your alarm system. You're not your amygdala, you're the person who gets to choose how to respond, and that person is more powerful than you think. Every time you feel afraid and move forward anyway, you're literally rewiring your brain, you're becoming less reactive, you're conquering your mind. So here's what I want you to do today. Think of one thing you've been avoiding because you're scared of it. Not something genuinely dangerous, but something uncomfortable. A conversation, a challenge, a risk. And this week I want you to do it. Not when you feel confident. Do it while you're afraid. That's the real strength. Not courage in the absence of fear, but courage in the presence of it. If this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop letting fear make your decisions, subscribe to the channel. We drop videos every day about hacking your mind, understanding yourself deeper, and becoming the person you're actually capable of being. Thanks for watching.